Lie on your back with your palms faced up and your arms and legs extended, and let's try a neck turn assess. Slowly, I want you to turn your head right and left. Now notice how I'm just allowing my ears to get heavy on either side. I'm not lifting my head. I don't want you to hear your hair scratching against the floor. I want you to assess 3 things as you turn your head. Number 1, do you feel like you turn your head more to the left or more to the right, or does it feel the same? The second thing I want you to notice is when you get your head to the end range on either side, do you feel pain in your neck just to turn your head in this relaxed position? And the third thing I want you to notice is, do your shoulders feel like they move around as you turn your head? Ideally, the shoulders can stay relaxed for your head to create that gentle turn. Now that you've assessed your ability to turn your head, let's start with the base of skull shear. You always have to shear before you release. I want you to turn on your side, and you're going to take your roller and place it right along the base of your skull. That's right at your hairline. So let your bottom arm relax and set the base of your skull on the roller. Notice that my neck is not touching the roller. I really want you to notice where the position is, because this is important that you don't cause any pressure on your neck. Start to create small circles in this one local region. Notice how the roller stays relatively still. This is called passive shearing. Anytime we don't create a gliding motion before we shear, that's what we call passive shearing. This is one region where it's safe for you to just go into a gentle shear motion. Keep the movement small, either creating small circles or head nods. Don't make the movement too big or too fast. And then wait for a moment. Give the tissue a second to adapt. And now let's find another area by just changing our gaze. Look more up at the ceiling, draw your top shoulder back, and even open up your hip so that your back and your neck are completely relaxed. A little further back on the base of your skull, I want you to create the shearing motion. Now this is an area I want you to be mindful of because you're coming awfully close to the upper 2 vertebrae of your spine. And remember, we don't want to cause pressure on the spaces. Just make sure that you keep the pressure consistent on the base of the skull and you're not creating any unnecessary compression on your neck as you create the base of skull shear. Wait here for a moment and take a nice focused breath. Now let's turn over and try the same thing on the other side. Again, I want you to just gently rest your skull on the roller so that you really feel like your hairline is what's resting on the roller. So notice where my head is when I'm on the roller properly, creating the shear. Stay in that area, but I want you to see what it would look like if I were too high or too low. If the roller is on my head, I'm nowhere near the base of my skull, and I don't want to feel like my head is over the top where I'm causing pressure on the neck space. So be mindful that you feel the hairline in your earlobe as being the last point of pressure on the roller. Wait here and take a nice focused breath. Then again, change your gaze. Just look more up at the ceiling. Drop your shoulder back and open the hip up a little bit. Same thing, a little further back on the base of the skull, create that same slow compression. Either creating circles or head turns or even gentle head nods. Remember, the smaller the compression technique, the bigger the fluid exchange once you're done. Take your time here. Take a nice focused breath and just wait. Now let's try the neck decompress. Let's stay right where we are and just turn on our side. Once you're here, I want you to take the roller and keep it on the base of your skull. And let's just try a little base of skull shear on the middle of the base of the skull. Keep your nose a little lifted so that the roller stays on the base of your skull and doesn't slip into the next space. And in the middle of the base of the skull, I want you to create slow, controlled figure 8 motions. Now listen, if the roller feels like it's slipping out from underneath your head while you're doing this move, it's because you're not keeping your pressure consistent on the base of the skull on the top of the roller. So just reset the roller if it feels like it's moving and try to create a more focal compression technique so that the roller doesn't move at all. And then wait. Okay, now we want to release. So this is the decompression technique. It's subtle and small, so be mindful how big the movement is. Place your hands on the roller and just push the roller 1 more inch onto the back of your head. Now before you let the roller go, begin by lifting your chin up a little bit to start the position with your chin extended slightly. So it's almost like you're going to kiss somebody who's a little taller than you. So keep your chin lifted and see if you can keep the roller in that place and relax your arms to your side. Take a focused breath and on an exhale, subtly nod your nose down. Take a focused breath, keep your pressure constant, and then on your exhale, lift the nose back up again. Take another focused breath, and again, nod your nose down. And then take a focused breath and lift back up. I want you to do that 2 more times. Make sure that your movements aren't fast or big. Make sure that your shoulders aren't moving around as you do this. Remember, it's differentiation here as well. It's a subtle motion with your head, just a subtle nod to draw the fluids down the body. 1 more time. Look up, take a focused breath. Nod down, take a focused breath. Let's try that 1 more time. Look up, take a focused breath, and then nod down and take a focused breath. Let's reassess. Take the roller away from your head, lie flat on your back with your palms faced up and your arms and legs extended. Now, notice if your neck curve actually feels bigger or you're really feeling the lift of the upper part of your neck. That is what it feels like when your neck is open and full of new hydration. So really gain a sense of what it feels like when you've restored some fluid. But now let's see if that new fluid is helping you to turn your head. Slowly try the neck turn reassess, turning your head to the left and to the right. Notice if now you can turn your head further, or if you've decreased pain, or if your shoulders stay still as you turn your head. If you're noticing these changes, congratulations, you've just released a lot of stuck stress that's been living in your neck, and that could be causing you a lot of neck and shoulder pain. Take a focused breath and scan the rest of your body.